So my dad got some of those new automated mowers. And they're pretty cool. You have to check them out.
The fight over toilet paper that went viral around the world.
I just want one pack. No, not one pack.
Man, I love a good intro, but my wife hates it. She said, Kevin, if you want to get sponsors, you can't do that. I'm like, she's probably right, but whatever. We'll let copyright have this one. Motley Crue, they can take it. I gotta tell you guys right now, my channel would be absolutely out of control, and I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, if my wife was not there to be my filter. So she's trying to keep me on a professional level. Hey, you can advertise your business with this and actually make some money with it, because the reality is we're not making money yet. I mean, we've got some income. Alright, we're at $425 that we've made off of YouTube. But the reality of it is I have spent I don't know, $3-4 grand on stuff now. But just don't tell my wife all that. Anyways, you know, it's a hobby. I enjoy doing it. It's fun. I like telling you guys what's going on, and I do use it for advertising my business. We get more business off of it, and lately we have been getting a lot of Facebook leads. We've been pushing landscaping jobs more, so you will see a little drainage job that we did today that we have coming up. It might be a month or two before you see that video, but you know, it's coming. All right. You might kind of be in the same position I am this year, where, you know, I'm gaining some clients, I'm losing some clients. Right now we're pushing with the Facebook marketing, and it's just one of these things that stresses you out, because people are skittish about giving their information to you. Like, hey, how much is lawn care? And then they won't give you their address. Well, you know, I can't tell you how much it's going to be without knowing where you live. I need to know how big your property is, and then I can tell you how much it's going to be every week. You just got to qualify them. So, you know, one of the things I did in one of my ads a couple years ago, by the way, it worked awesome, is I did a neighborhood ad just specific for that neighborhood, and I said, hey, if you call within 24 hours, I'll lock you in at this price. And at the time it was $35, which I was still cutting lawns at $35. We're not now, but I got a lot of leads off this, and I said, text me your name, your address, your phone number, and your email address, and I'll get you on our schedule. And it was crazy, man. Like 7 or 8 people that night, boom, 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 gave me their information. So, I mean, you know, I had that quantity as far as amount of lawns coming in, and that was great. Now we'll use that tactic in the future, and hopefully with the same amount of success, but not at the same price. Although the price, in all honesty, I am looking at our business, and our efficiency is down to a science almost on these smaller properties, and I can really take on a lot of these. By the way, this lawn right here is one of those $35 lawns, and we make money on it. So, you know, I do have some $35 lawns left. I mow a lot of them for 40, 45, 50. 50 was the new minimum that we started bringing in lawns at last year. That was a success. This year, I don't know, I'm giving bids for $50 and it's not hitting the same, but everybody's buying patterns are changing a little bit. They're getting a little tighter with their money. They're trying to be a little more secure, knowing the uncertainty of the future, what's going on, and that's understandable, and it's okay. So you know, it's one of those things we have to adapt. Now the cool thing about charging more is that when times get a little tough like this, I can actually be a little leaner on my prices and still get jobs at a profitable rate. And you know, our equipment, our setup right now, we are just very, very efficient on properties like this, in and out. And you know, it's really pretty nice. You know, when we're solo and you look at it as a solo aspect, I was highly efficient with these, running just a 36-inch mower, using a Weedeater to edge and trim the yard, and then blowing it off. I could be in and out on these properties just fine, and I was making a decent income. So here's the thing. There's a couple models you can have with your business. You can have low volume, high prices, which is what I've done in the past when I was solo. $50 per lawn makes sense, and that was a very good transition for my business. Now that I'm looking forward to bringing back on employees again, I'm looking for a higher volume, lower price, and the reason being is that I need to fill man hours. Okay, we need to have good revenue, good prices, good everything in there to make sure it's profitable. I'm not saying get a bunch of lawns and price so low that you can't pay for repairs or whatever it might be that you need to do. But let's just do some real simple math, because in my opinion, you can do you can solve small problems in your business just by looking at the numbers and the math on it. So say you're small and you just started into business, and for ease of use, let's use 10 lawns. You have 10 lawns and you went out and bought a mower, right? And your mower payment is $200 a month. Well, that means you're paying $20 per lawn for that mower. But if you have more volume and you have 100 lawns, and this may seem very basic to a lot of people, but if you have 100 lawns, then you're only paying $2 per lawn to pay off that mower payment. And that would be your cost of business, all right? You have some different costs in business. It's real simple. You have the rule of thirds. A third of it is going to be labor, okay? James cost me a certain amount per hour. I also cost a certain amount per hour. You need to look at yourself as an employee of whatever business. I'm an employee of K&R Lawn Care, so I'm the crew lead. If I want to replace myself, I need to know I can pay so much for this crew lead in that position, and that's 1/3 of the business needs to be dedicated towards labor. 1/3 of the revenue that's brought in needs to be dedicated towards cost. I should be able to pay everything with that third, and then the other third is going to be your gross profit margins. So you want to be, if you're in that mixture, you're probably in a safe range for business there. You're going to be okay. But if something is completely out of whack, say if you only have 10 lawns and you bring on an employee, your cost is going to be extremely high on labor because you're breaking it down over less jobs. Maybe you're not bringing enough revenue to pay for cost at that point. Because, like I said, if you only have 10 lawns and $20 of that lawn goes right to a mower payment, and then what's left from there? You know what I mean? So if you're doing a lawn for $40 and $20 of that, 50% goes right to a mower payment, right out of the gate, you're out of whack. So if you could just point yourself in the right direction, and you know that might mean, hey, if you're a solo guy, you might need to raise your prices. If you're bringing on employees, maybe you can, you can bring in more volume at a lower price, and that's okay to do. That's something that we are going to be doing in the future so that we can have very, very dense routing. Because the thing is, like, I want to be able to have James go into a neighborhood, and I want him and whoever's with him to be able to cut 20, 30 plus lawns and stay in that neighborhood all day. So I am very excited about seeing where the business kind of goes from here. I feel like I've stood in the same spot several times, ready to make this leap, ready to do something that is huge for me in my business. And it's one of those things that the first time I did it, I instantly got this massive just slap in the face from reality that I was not prepared. And so because of learning my lessons, I'm getting everything prepared. I'm doing what I can. And hey, I look forward to you guys following and seeing how it goes. But yeah, we have big transitions coming in the future.